This is New York, the progressive capital. You show them how we lead.
The progressive capital of New York. Well, certainly he got through ahead of the nation, Evan, a bill. But a year ago, they were saying this guy's a Dino, Democrat name only. With the exception of gay marriage, everything else he did, a Republican could do. Maybe he's messing with everyone's heads here, but how would you categorize Andrew Cuomo, obviously a man with his eyes in 2016?
Look, I was at that speech. I guess he's the 8th governor I've got to see deliver a State of the State. And, he laid out a very ambitious agenda. And I think he very accurately portrayed himself as a liberal who's broke. He doesn't have the money to necessarily fund the social programs he'd like to. He doesn't necessarily have the money to do all the economically progressive stuff he'd like to do. But in terms of providing opportunities for MB and WB contractors, in terms of protecting a woman's right to choose, in terms of assault weapons and gun regulation, marriage equality, obviously. He's certainly progressive, and more importantly, he's the most popular guy in the state. He's breaking 70% and is popular across all metrics. So when you're the most popular guy in show business, you have to think about that.
He's taken a few things where he didn't have to, like cap millionaire tax, et cetera, like that, right?
Yeah, well, there's a growing tradition of Democrats sort of embracing centrist fiscal policy and still maintaining progressive social policies. You could argue that Bill Clinton's done that, Barack Obama has done that. I don't think Andrew Cuomo is that different. I was surprised by how progressive some of his proposals were. I haven't heard anybody talking about an equal rights amendment since the late 70s, and he basically wants a version of that for New York State. So that caught me off guard when I was in Albany listening to the speech. And as for him being the most popular guy in New York, I'm pretty sure that's Dominic Carter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dominic,
boy.
he doesn't do this
boy.
if he doesn't have his eye in 2016. Right? You've always told me he's one of the most ambitious politicians
He's had his eye on 2016 for quite some time. And he's going to do quite well if Hillary Clinton doesn't run. And then he only has Joe Biden in the way, O'Malley out of Maryland.
Or maybe he just wants everybody to think that he's interested in 2016 and sort of flirt with the idea and sort of come up in all the conversations and hope that he's included on the short list. And then maybe, there's a family legacy of doing
what's funny?
that. So.
Family legacy. It's funny you mentioned that. I think he wants to be the Cuomo to finish the deal. The plane is not going to get stuck on the tarmac. He's actually going to do it. I believe so. Yeah. And he's got a good chance. From his HUD days.
There's some tough nap ahead of him for New York this year,
But
right?
he can say, look, I've proven that I can work with Republicans. And you know what I found interesting from the speech, and Evan, I think maybe you would know better than I, or you guys would better than I would. I didn't know that he was a gun owner. Yeah. Now, until he mentioned it in the speech. Yeah. Now, has he said that before?
It came out a couple of days before when the rumors first started to break that they were looking to do a quick gun deal. It started to break that he's got a shotgun in his closet in Westchester. Yeah.
I got to wrap things up. Better governor than you expected so far?
I was expecting great things, and he's living up to it.
Evan, Dominic, Andrew, looked the wrong way, but you know what I mean. We'll see you here tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Till then.